Welcome into Fantasy AI. First down. All right, welcome back to the computer room. Today we're going to look at some NFC Contending Understudies. Understudies that just might find themselves in the starring role if something happened to the lead character. Let's get started. We're going to look at some of the players coming out of the Fantasy AI data center that are going to be in today's show. Alright, as they take the field, let's get ready. Let's start off with the team viewer that I'm going to be using today. You'll see some teams here on the right listed as the AFC players in order of chance to be make it to the Super Bowl. These are the Vegas odds. These teams will make it to the Super Bowl. Here on the you have the NFC on the other side. So San Francisco being the top chance, Kansas City on the AFC side, and lowly New England and Carolina have the least possible chance to make it. So we see how that looks. So let's get started. We're going to be doing the NFC today, so let's start off with San Francisco. And everyone knows Christian McCaffrey. He's the chart breaker. Breaking my charts here, he's scoring so much. Just powerful there. So we go back to the team here. Who's the understudy on San Francisco? It's Elijah Mitchell. Has been for a couple years, 3 years, I think. But here he had just very little. Got in the game here at the very end, last couple weeks. Probably saving McCaffrey for the playoffs. But what do we got on him? You can see that 1,100 yards of scrimmage and 6 TDs as a rookie. It kind of cemented him as the backup role then when McCaffrey was out. He held the backup role last year in 2023. Just didn't get in the game much. You can see. And some little bit of talk of they might release him before the season starts. They could make $1 million, save $1 million in cap space. I just don't know about that. So anyway, they got the 17th schedule. Always on one of the top offensive teams. So if he got in the game, and I'm not saying he's going to score as much as McCaffrey, but he'd be a lead back on one of the top teams. So here in the third spot, they have a rookie, Isaac. But you can see here, obviously no stats on him. He had a very good 40-yard dash time. He's 24, which was kind of old for a rookie. And they moved up to take him in the 4th round. So probably longer sights there looking for him to eventually take over. I think Mitchell's at the end of his contract this year, so maybe they're looking for next year. But, you know, they have the middle-of-the-road schedule, one of the top teams. So you're always 51st, they've got him ranked. So you're always looking to sneak in there and get one of those on a good team. Next up is Detroit. Well, there are no backups there to be had. Understudies. I mean, you have 2 in the starring row is Gibbs and Montgomery. You can see they're ranked 5th and 19th. So no bargains there. I mean, if one got hurt, well, the other one's going. All right, so we're not going to look for a bargain there on Detroit. So the Dallas is up next with the 3rd chance from the NFC to make the Super Bowl. And hey, Super Bowl, we're talking about their fantasy season, but these are the people who are going to be scoring a lot, one of the top offenses. Dallas had one of the top offenses. You can see who do we have here? Am I going to go for Ricky Dowdell? No. They're ranking Ezekiel Elliott here at 38th as a backup. So I'm calling him a backup. All right, if you're going to rank him and treat him like a backup, I'm going to take him like one. Dallas has the 4th offense, had 57 touchdowns last year. Who's going to be the goal line back? Probably Zeke. He has been his whole career. He's back from New England. And 3rd downs, he's a great blocker. They love him on 3rd down, too. Now, there's some talk here that Dallas might pick up one of these, you know, after the preseason starts and we get some cuts, some trades, and some movements. You know, some of the talk might be Miles Sanders, Herbert from the Bears, Dameon Pierce, but I'd still be Zeke there leading the pack, right? Until something changes. So anyway, he kind of a cheat getting in here. He is ranked top on the team, but 38th ranking, they're treating him like a backup. So I put him on the backup list. All right, let's move on to Philadelphia coming in 4th chance. What do we like about them? That number 2 easy schedule. Barkley's just going to be going crazy this year, I think. But something happens to him. Kenneth Gainwell here. He's not even ranked. He's not even in the top 60 rankings. He had some, look at that, he was in the games last year. Boston Scott and all these others are all gone. It's him. So week 1 last year, let's not forget, that he saw 81% of the total running back touches. So they brought in Swift last year. He was at the very beginning, had some action, but there was some question mark who was going to be the lead back there. And first week, Kenneth Gainwell got 81%. He had a rib injury, kept him out week 2, and then from then on it was Swift. But they had 547 yards last year from scrimmage. So he's capable, and they might be there, but look at it, not free. So one of the highest scoring teams you're going to have from the NFC, and the easiest schedule, second easiest. If he got in the game, he's going to be scoring. All right? What about this Will Shipley? Well, we got no stats from him last year, but he came out of Clemson, 127th overall in the draft. Had some noise there, but I just don't think they're going to give it to a rookie. If something happens, he might get some playing time, but it would be Gainwell right from the get-go. So we're not going to sleep on Kenneth Gainwell. Now wait a minute. These are long-time, late-round people you're going to put on your team to in case something happens. And you know what? You can always drop them if you have a waiver wire system and pick up someone else. But hold them for the first week or two to see if something doesn't happen. Okay, what about Green Bay? Josh Jacobs there. Well, I don't like the 32 rushing schedule, right? I don't like that at all. And they have Marshawn Lloyd and Dillon. I would say it's going to be Lloyd. They have him ranked 50th now if something happens to Josh Jacobs. But on the 30, I think that they would probably platoon Dillon and Lloyd if something happens to Jacobs. And they've got the hard rushing schedule anyway, so I'm not even interested in either of those. All right, so let's go move on to Atlanta. Take a look at Atlanta here. What do we have? Well, we have Bijan Robinson and the 5th easiest schedule. So they got him ranked 3rd. So, yeah, Kirk Cousins coming to town. We're thinking everything's looking up for Atlanta. But if something would happen to Robinson, who is starring role, who's in next? Well, Tyler Algier. You can see that, hey, he had some. Look at that first week. Made a lot of people mad last year that they played him so much instead of Robinson, but he got in the game, right? You can see that he's been scoring, and Tyler Algier's been around, right? Now, here's what. This is kind of good. Raheem Morris has said they're going to give the Bijan Robinson as much as possible the ball this year, right? Well, that's going to push, and it already has, Tyler Algier just off the rankings, right? Well, in 2022, you can see that he had 226 touches and almost 1,200 yards. Last year, he got 37 red zone touches, right? So the point here with Algier is he's capable, and they've given him, and he's got a past history. They got him ranked 58th. So this is one of the top teams from the NFC. They have the 5th easiest rushing schedule, and they got Tyler Algier ranked at 58th. It's just pretty low. That would be a good lottery ticket to have if last pick of the draft, you put him on your team. Then by week 1 or 2, you can drop him for a waiver wire pickup if you need to. But certainly somebody'd want to stash. How about the Rams coming in? Well, everybody knows about Kyron Williams. Look at that. Missed those games in the middle. But, what a season he had last year. Now, you can see they have the 19th schedule, so a little bit tougher. But Rams are always scoring. So it's no secret. Blake Corum here. He's been moving up and down the rankings, right? You can see they currently got him at 42. Excuse me. So there he's available. So let's take a look. We don't really have any stats on him because he's a rookie, but you can see at Michigan last year, 27 rushing touchdowns. All right, was the most valuable player in the NFC champion or in the national championship game. You know, here's some Rams coach speak. Blake Corum really stood out, mature but beyond his years. What they're saying here. So he's a possibility there to swoop up and get in there as a lottery ticket, but at 42. So here's where we can start comparing some of these. So he's the 42nd pick, which is kind of a rookie, unproven, although he had a great college career there. But wait a minute, Algier is 16 spots later with the 5th easiest schedule. You almost looking, well, wait a minute, why wouldn't I just take him instead? Don't jump too high on this Blake Corum. Everyone's jumping on board. Now, they did lower him back. He got as high as 38th last week in the rankings. So they did move him back a little bit, but if you miss out on him, don't worry. Algier could be a great last pick in your draft. Especially with that waiver wire, you just pick up someone else later. And what about Gainwell over here? All right? So you just don't know. So we can look at some of the others. The Bears here, they just got too many to pick from. But here, even in the lowliest Carolina, here they got this Jonathan Brooks here. They've got him ranked 20th. He's got a little problem with his knee. I mean, he's coming back. If he looks great in preseason and everything looks great, that's great. But hey, don't fall asleep on Chuba Hubbard here. All right? Hey, he's ranked 48th, but he did do some stuff last year. Look at that, 1,105 touchdowns, 1,100 yards all-purpose. He was in the game. So he might be a long shot. I mean, that's on a bad team. But we're just looking through some of the teams here. But anyway, so let's do a little review here. What do we have? We have, did I get to Brian Robinson Jr.? Let's go back. I didn't even touch on Washington. Let's go back and look at Washington. Having a little problem here. Go. So the point there is they've got him ranked 35th, just like Zeke here, ranked 38th. All right. Well, they've got a middle of the road schedule, but because I guess Austin Eckler, but hey, Brian Robinson Jr. had some 9 touchdowns. You're looking at 1,100 yards. Had missed 3 games. Hey, if they're going to continue to rank him so bad, I'm just going to go ahead and put him on the backup. I mean, they don't even have him ranked at the first 32, so he's considered a backup. That's why I put him on the list. Sorry about that. But Ezekiel out there. So this is in the order of how I'm interested in him here. Obviously, Brian Robinson with Ezekiel Elliott, Algier. I mean, wow. I mean, obviously, I would take Blake Corum above Algier maybe, but hey, 16 spots. I'm not going to waste any capital taking him. I'd rather have Algier. How about Gainwell? Elijah Mitchell. So don't reach on any of these backup lottery tickets. You just take them and see how they come to you. But all right, if you're liking what you're seeing, please hit that like and subscribe button. Like I say, even if you don't, hit that like and subscribe button. All right, here's where I like to fill my shorts. Warning, this is a rapid fantasy AI with some NFC long shots at running back. How about Grindo with San Francisco comes in at number 10. Will Shipley with Philadelphia comes in at number 9. Third on the depth chart there, but hey, you never know, they could get in. Good team. Bucky Irving, Mashard White's backup, has an easy running schedule if something happens to him. Chuba Hubbard. What if Jonathan Brooks isn't ready for the start of the season? How about Elijah Mitchell there? McCaffrey goes down. He's on a great team. Same with Gainwell and Barkley. If something happens there, he's got experience as the backup there. Blake Corum comes in, lottery ticket for the Rams if something happens there. Maybe even get in the game if something doesn't happen. Tyler Algier, if something happens to Robinson, he's in there. They got him ranked 58th, like he's never played before. Ezekiel Elliott comes in ranked 38th. I've got him on here as a backup. They got him ranked so low. Same with Robinson. Brian Robinson Jr. ranked 35th. I got